Hi Nivedita, hi Ronak. I hope I'm audible. I'm not using an earphone today. Okay, I will just wait for a couple of minutes, alright, before we start. Thank you for joining, both of you. Hello. Alright, wonderful. Hi Snitha, thank you for joining. We'll just wait for one more minute before we start. Okay. Unfortunately, my laptop just gave up right before I started. So that's why it took a little bit longer than usual to connect to live. Thank you for confirming, Snigdha. Thank you very much. So we'll just wait for 1 minute and then we shall start with something very different today, which is neurotic needs. And we are going to discuss this at length. All right. What's the time right now? 8:33. Hi, Ananya. I think we can just start slowly and steadily. I think people can join when they have to, and or they can just watch it a little later on as well. So, neurotic needs. Neurotic needs. The name might suggest, or the name might give us a lot of apprehension. Then, what is this neurotic needs? We have heard about being needy. We have heard being called demanding. So, what is this neurotic needs? So I'll start today's session with a what should I say, description about what is neurosis, and from there we'll start with the neurotic needs. So neurosis is basically a kind of mild illness that does not have any organic cause. So it can happen due to lifestyle changes, it can happen due to depression, anxiety, stress, or anything, but it is not organic or biological reasons. So any disease which is caused for non-biological reasons are called neurotic diseases, and they are turned to be neurosis when it is happening for over a long period of time. Okay, so neurosis is therefore something which is very common. Any of us have gone through neurotic illnesses or neurotic behaviors in some time of our or some point of our life, which is very normal. The only thing is, as I was writing the other day, there is this scale, there is this a bar, and people are moving on that bar from being neurotic to non-neurotic. We are constantly moving like the sea waves, and some people just get stuck at the neurotic level, some people are at the non-neurotic level. Somebody who is well adjusted, these people are between these two as and when it's required, and they can shift between the two, and they have better coping skills. So that is about neurosis. Now we had this one what should I say, we had this one female psychologist who is basically a psychoanalyst, whose name was Karen Horney. Now Karen Horney was a path-breaking psychologist who went against Freud. Now Freud, those who know, Sigmund Freud is considered as the father of psychology. Now this woman, she used to work with Sigmund Freud, but Sigmund Freud is extremely, his everything about him, all his theories are based on sexual aspects. So Karen Horney wanted to break away from this aspect and wanted to show psychology from all the other aspects, like humanitarian grounds, social grounds, ethical grounds, everything else apart from just sexual. So she belongs to the group called Neo-Freudians. those people who initially used to work with Freud and later on they broke away from Freud. So that is the background. Now Karen Horney, what she found during her work is there are 10 such needs that all of us have, and which basically controls whether we are neurotic or whether we are non-neurotic. So in today's session, we are going to discuss these 10 needs, and I'm sure you would identify with many of the needs as being yours, because when I was going through these 10 needs during my course, when I was studying it long back, that time also I found that, oh my god, I have all of these needs. But then later I found that I had them sometime or the other, and then it went away also. So we are going to discuss this 10 needs, the 10 neurotic needs, or 10 needs in general, which basically we all have, and the balance between these needs is what makes someone neurotic and someone non-neurotic. So we'll start with the first need. The first need is the need for affection or approval. So if you go by just the name, the need for affection or approval, it basically means that these kind of people are constantly looking for external validation. They are constantly looking for what others feel. They are people-pleasing attitude they have, and they become extremely sensitive to rejection. They cannot handle rejection well. They always have to be in the good books of people. They always want to be appreciated. They always want to be approved, and they always need some kind of an affection to know that what they are doing is correct. And if it is not happening, then they become extremely sensitive. They can also become aggressive, and they can just become depressed also, because they cannot handle this criticism, this rejection, or this hostility, or all these things. They cannot handle that. So this is the first need. I'm sure many of us have gone through these needs in some way or the other. I have this problem. Yeah, I think even I had this problem at some point of time. But the thing is that what kind of coping mechanism we have to not to give too much importance to what people are saying, what validation you are getting from others, rather than believing in what you are doing. So that is very important. So this is just one need. Just imagine, Snigdha, when I was going through this course of all these 10 needs, I was like, oh my god, that means I'm a neurotic person. But then I just realized that all of us are a neurotic person. We just move into the scale, but the more balanced people are those who have the proper coping mechanism. All right. So the first thing was the need for affection or approval. The second need is the need to look for a partner who will take over one's life. So the need to look for a partner who will take over one's life, it means what? It just means that you need somebody in your life. You are like those damsel in distress. The need to look for a partner basically means you are the damsel in distress, and you're constantly looking for a person who is going to come and save you from your issues that you are facing. So these people they are very dependent personality, this kind of people, because they cannot take proper decisions, and they feel that they do not have the capability of handling their own issues. So basically they are waiting for somebody to come and save them from their life, and some knight in shining armor has to come and save them from that. Oh my god, I have this also. Yeah, I know. So this is the whole idea, right? So the first need was then the need for affection and approval, the constant need for affection and approval. The second one is that you believe that one day somebody will come, a partner will come and save you from your life. This is the second neurotic need. Now it is not harmful to think that somebody will come in your life and make your life beautiful. That is one way of looking at it. The other way, when it becomes neurotic, you just feel that you don't have any control over your life, and you want somebody to come and take control of your life and help you. Basically, you, as I said before, you are the damsel in distress, and you're looking for a knight in shining armor. Okay, so these are the first two neurotic needs. So by now Snigdha has already said I have this also. Trust me, we all had this. I had this one definitely, but then I got over that. Now I am my damsel in shining, damsel in distress. I am only my knight in shining armor. I don't need somebody else to save me from my life. Okay. The third one is the need to restrict oneself with narrow borders. So what is this need to restrict yourself from narrow borders? What do you think this is? Anyone? Need to restrict yourself from narrow with narrow borders. What do you think this is? Anybody? The third neurotic need. Need to restrict yourself within narrow borders. Anybody? Any idea? Any clue about this? What it can be? You can just tell me. It is okay even if it's wrong. We are just having just a discussion. And trust me, all of us have these kind of needs sometime or the other. Anybody who can say? The need to restrict ourselves within narrow borders. No one? I'm not sure if there is a lag in the technical thing. Okay, I don't think there is any response. In case there is a response, I will read that also. It basically means you are the character from Ekta Kapoor serial. You are the Tulsi, or you are the Parvati from Kahani Ghar Ghar Ki, who likes to keep, means we are in extreme point, we want someone. No, not that Snigdha. It basically means that you are leading a life, मुझे कुछ चीज की जरूरत नहीं है, बस आप लोग खुश रहिए. This thing, keeping ourselves absolutely at the last priority, keeping everybody else as the first priority, and then consider, so living with minimum thing. No, agony aunt sort of not really. It is more of like those aunt who are like, नहीं मैं तो इतने में ही खुश हूँ, मुझे ज़्यादा कुछ नहीं चाहिए, but they are not happy. When they are saying that, they are not happy, but they just want to be those typical figures that we see in the serials or the sitcoms or anywhere. Those there, they kind of tell you that just keep others as the first priority. So these kind of characters, they keep others as the first priority, and they start living their life in the bare minimum needs. Such bare minimum that suddenly one fine day they get so frustrated and irritated, they just don't want to be they are not happy, but yet it makes them more angry, anxious, depressed, stressed. So that is like restricting themselves with the narrow borders. That is the meaning of the third need. The fourth one is just the opposite of it. The fourth one is the neurotic need for power. It is like those reel, that reel that you must have seen in the Insta nowadays, the reel that talks about Mr. Prime Minister, Mr. Busy Prime Minister, Mr. Mon Ki Baat Prime Minister. So this kind of people, they are constantly looking for power. They cannot just take anybody else taking the leadership position. All they need is power, and they can go to any extreme to get that power. They are very manipulative. It can be at workplace, it can be at home. They just want to be the center of attention, and they want everybody's life will revolve around them. And they also want that they will be able to control everybody's life. So this are the fourth group. Anybody met any such person in their life apart from me? Anybody else met any such person in their life who belongs to this fourth category? That they want to control everybody's life, they want to have the last say, they want to feel powerful and manipulative, try to control. Anyone who has felt that or have seen such kind of people? Or have you been that kind of a person to anybody? The last one nobody will answer, but at least the first one. Have you met any such person? Me, I am one. Yes, I have. Me, I am one. Yeah. Okay. So, neurotic. This is neurotic. When you want to control everything around you and everybody's life will have to go according to your wish. Dominating nature, I have seen, but not been able to dominate me. Yeah, that is the there. Yes, I lived with one such. Okay, yes, big yes. Okay, all right. Yes, we all have seen or experienced that. That it becomes very claustrophobic and suffocating for other people. So, what is the fifth one? The fifth neurotic need is the need to exploit others. These kind of people, they are like, they gain a lot of satisfaction and they consider their success rate based on how much they have been able to exploit others and gain out of that situation. This is the need. So this is also, this is the fifth neurotic needs. So this means that your only intention is to मेरा मतलब what's in it for me and how much I can get out of this. तुम्हारा कुछ भी हो, I want to get my work done, whether it means I have to manipulate you, I have to exploit you, whatever it is. I just need to have a happy ending for myself. So this kind of people become extremely they are the epitome of exploitation. That sounds sadistic. Yeah, they are kind of sadists. They are like the epitome of exploitation. They will do anything. You might feel a lot of common between this kind of personality with a lot of managers at work, but you also see such people at home too, that who loves to exploit others and gain the maximum out of that situation, right? So that was the fifth need. The sixth need is the neurotic need for prestige. So all that matters to them is pratishtha, parampara, anushasan. You know, that Amitabh Bachchan from Mahapate. So that is what matters to them. They are like I'm living with this type of people. Yeah, I know. So this pratishtha, parampara, anushasan, all that matters to them is prestige. Their mera samman, mera, log kya kahenge, this kind of people, they are very conscious about their public image. They're very conscious about what others will say about them. They're very conscious about what to say and what not to say, because they don't want others to have some other kind of opinion about them. Like, they try to control your impression of them so that they behave in ways, by restricting themselves in ways, so that you can have the right kind of impression about them, although it is absolutely different from how they are right now. But what matters to them is prestige, social accomplishments and things like this. So this is the sixth need. The seventh one is the neurotic need for admiration. So when I say the neurotic need for admiration, it means personal admiration. That means these people are point blank narcissists. Yeah, I just got disconnected, that a call came in. All right. So when somebody is saying that, when I'm saying that personal admiration, they just means, okay, I am the queen or king of the world. All you should do, I am appointing you to say good things to me every 10 seconds. And you will only talk about good things. The bad things doesn't exist within me. So they are point blank narcissists. They just know that they are the best, and anything or anyone around them is inferior to them. This is the seventh neurotic need. They are constantly looking for admiration. You have to tell me good things. You have to tell me good things. If you tell me good things, you are in my good books. If you don't tell me good things, even for, let's say, one day, oh, so something is wrong with you. You are not worth staying with me. This is the neurotic need. Okay. The next one is the neurotic need for personal achievement. I think I still have this one. The neurotic need for personal achievement is, these people are extremely driven. While it's okay to be driven, but this kind of people are like, they are so focused and they just want to achieve this things. They have so many things in their to-do list that they forget the other aspects of their life. They forget the other areas of their life, and many of the needs gets compromised, because they want their achievement list to be properly taken care of. So this is the need for personal achievement. The neurotic need for personal achievement. They have to constantly accomplish something to feel good about themselves. They have to constantly, what should I say, outnumber their own performance than the last time. So, for example, if I have drawn something and the next time I want to draw, my I'm not talking about me, but I'm just talking about this kind of person. My intention is not to draw. My intention is to draw better than the last one. And to some extent, it's okay because you're always trying to improve yourself. But when it becomes too rigid, then you're not enjoying the process at all. You become too focused on your achievement and accomplishment. You stop enjoying the entire journey. And then it becomes extremely exhausting for you, right? The next one, I think, do I have this person? Yeah, I have this person watching the live. This person will, what should I say, resonate. It will resonate with this person, me. Yeah, with you, Ananya, I think the next need will also be more, what should I say, it will resonate more with you. So the next need is the neurotic need for self-sufficiency and independence. All right. So the self-sufficiency and independence is something which is the most important need for this kind of people. All right. So these people are, yes, they just all they want is independence. They don't want people around them. They just want to be self-sufficient, and they don't want somebody to tell them how to lead their life. To a great extent, even I am like that, but it becomes neurotic when you absolutely don't consider others' opinion, even if what they are saying is good for you. So that's when it becomes neurotic, because it becomes difficult for you to stay with such other people. All you consider is about yourself, and and how things are going to go for you. So you don't consider others' opinion at all. You just want, it's me and my little world. Nobody else is there in that particular world, right? So, and they basically don't like to be tied down to any spot. They just like to they're like free birds, right? And the next one, I had this need. I have gotten over this need, thankfully. The next need is the neurotic need for perfection. They are perfectionists. Till the time it is like perfect, they are not happy. They are absolutely not happy with what they are doing. And they just want to be perfect. So why it is neurotic? Because you are doing it until the time it reaches your level of perfection, you are never happy with your performance, and it slowly drives you towards depression because you're constantly criticizing yourself, right? So these are the 10 neurotic needs. Now, as I said, this is the scale, and we have to be well adjusted somewhere in between, because all these needs, if you see, these are all important. You cannot deny and say that these needs are not important. All of these needs are important for us. But if it becomes too rigid, then it becomes neurotic because it leads to many other mental illnesses. So the best way to handle is with 3 types of coping mechanism. One coping mechanism is when it helps you to move towards the solution. One coping mechanism which makes you move away from the solution, and one coping mechanism is what makes you move against the solution. So let's say you have an issue with somebody. So either you can take a coping mechanism that makes you more go towards a solution, like by trying to communicate with the person and trying to understand their perspectives too. But it is not possible in every case because you cannot control the other person. So in this case, you might choose the other coping mechanism, which is moving away from the person for some time till the time the person come around. Or you can just become so fed up that you choose to move against the person absolutely and don't want to communicate at all. So a well-balanced person is someone who over on everyone has either of the neurotic phenomena. How we cope is important, yes. So the coping mechanism is like the 3 coping mechanism. Either you move away from the solution, or you move towards the solution, or you move against the solution. Which kind of coping mechanism you are going to use depends on situation and people you are dealing with. Now, if you just stick to against the solution, that will make you more neurotic. If you stick to more towards the solution, then also it will make you neurotic. If you just become again away from the solution, that also will make you neurotic. So a well-adjusted person needs to use all the different methods depending on what situation and what people you are dealing with. So that's pretty much about the neurotic needs of Karen Horney, and that was done in 1870, and it is still applicable today, because human beings, no matter how much they have evolved, some things still remains common in all of us. And as she said, and I completely agree, each one of us move in the continuum of being neurotic and non-neurotic. So nobody is mad, nobody is normal. It all depends upon situation and people and our coping skills. The more we know how to cope and what kind of coping cards we need to use in which situation, that's all that is the game all about, because everybody goes through each of this neurotic needs some point of time. We just have to know which cards to play at one point of time. All right, that's pretty much from my end, and I shall be back next week with another live. Till then, everyone take care. And on 15th August, so it's Independence Day. I don't know how much we are independent from a lot of things in our life, but I just hope you become free or azad from whatever is holding you back for a long period of time. So whatever it is, I just hope that you get independent and you become free from one such thing in your life, at least this Independence Day. And of course, look for the Azadi, #Azadi video that's going to come up on 15th August night from all of our beautiful members, so who have decided to break away from at least one thing this time. So stay tuned, everyone. Take care of yourself and stay safe. Thank you.